Horse feathers, yeah. How many know what movie that was from? Horse feathers? Horse feathers, right.
This is true.
If the duck came down, we
Did
could
you-
give that man something.
No, but I'd eat the duck if I had it here. I haven't eaten in some time.
You know, I've always wanted to be in a picture with Groucho, and I never, the closest I've made it is playing his mother in a musical.
How does he feel about you being his mother?
How do you feel about me being your mother?
Well, I haven't felt you in some time.
Let me...
You know, I once made a famous remark. I said, a man is as old as the women he feels.
Well, if it wasn't famous then, it is now.
Yeah.
The boys have to
A little
go.
intellectual for that crowd out there.
I wouldn't say that.
No, but I would, because you're here every night and I'm not. I can escape by tomorrow.
Would you like to meet the young men who play your brothers and
I
yourself?
only like to meet about 3 of them who are talented.
That's
No,
a
they're all
wonderful
wonderful.
introduction for them.
There is one that plays me that is so much better than I ever was in the movies that I was embarrassed when I watched the show last night and saw this fella. I said, why the hell wasn't I that good?
Really?
This is true.
Why don't you tell him that to his face? He's coming out now. And
I
so
don't
are
know
the
whether
others.
he'll turn that in that direction.
Well, we'll take a chance. Here are Louis J. Stadlin, Daniel Fortis, Irwin Pearl, Alvin Kupperman, and Gary Rusher, who are the Marx Brothers on Broadway.
That's as crummy a looking crowd as I've ever seen.
Do we have a book with the picture of the real Marx Brothers? We had one. I don't.
Gee, I don't know. Maybe we don't have it right now, but
Look in the garbage can. You may.
Which of you is Groucho, so to speak?
This one.
Yeah, you're
You
Louis
ought to be
Stadlin.
ashamed of yourself. You're too good to suit me. Never watch the show again.
How did you? Was it a little nervous-making to be playing a legend and to know you were going to do this part?
It was very nerve-wracking last night. I think that it was one of the most disconcerting evenings.
Out there.
You all knew that Groucho was there last night, though, did you?
Yes, the audience gave him an ovation in the middle of the first act. We knew we weren't that good.
No. They thought I was him.
Everybody was preparing me.
Yeah.
Different people were saying, well, you know, Groucho could have mixed feelings about this.
Mm-hmm.
And when he did come back at the end of the show, we asked him how he liked the show, and he said that I loved it because it's a very unusual evening in which...
It was for me.
Yes, where you take...
I paid for the seats.
That's scandalous.
You start off with young children and they progress, so by the end of the show, you're left with 4 degenerates.
Nice.
Louis plays Groucho. Danny Fortis plays Harpo, or Adolf. Which, his name is really Julius.
His name
Julie.
is. I
He
knew
plays
that.
Julie. And,
Julius Henry.
oh, excuse me. And you guess who he is?
I would say Chico.
Irwin Pearl.
Must be Chico.
He has that same
Yeah.
corrupt look that Chico has.
That's what all the girls tell me. They think
Yes,
that
they
I'm.
told him that, too.
Was
He did
Chico
more
the...
business with the chorus in our shows than the other 4 brothers together.
And Alvin Kupperman plays Zeppo, and Gary Rusher plays plays Gummo. Gummo went straight, didn't he? He was the black sheep. He got married. He didn't cheat. Wasn't that? Wasn't Gummo was the age?
You can be a black sheep and cheat. I don't see any connection between those two.
Well,
No, Chico was the one that had all the girls.
I wonder
I
what
know,
was...
but I was sort of which brother was which, and
Chico was the... we called him Chico. It's a derivation of chicken. That's where his name comes
You mean
from.
like a
chasing
girl...
the chicks.
Chasing the chicks, yes.
Oh.
In England, they call them
Birds.
birds,
No.
yes, it's the
Yeah.
equivalent.
Yeah.
Except there's 3,000 miles difference, and it's very difficult to get to one of them.
When Lucille Ball was here some weeks back, we were talking about the fact that she made a movie with you.
We did room service
Yeah.
together.
And she said you were always taking your clothes off, you brothers.
Only at night if we had a girl.
No,
There's
she said
point
you
in
did it as
taking
a
your
joke.
clothes off if there's no women around.
This could be true.
Yeah, there's
Mr.
5 boys there. I wouldn't take my clothes off.
Glad to hear
Except
that.
the one guy's got my coat on.
You know,
No, this is true. This is true.
it is true.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. I had a very close friend who was getting married. I don't know if any of you people are familiar with Keen's Shop House. It's on Broadway, I don't know, in the 30s or 40s. And they gave him a bachelor party when we were playing on our first Broadway show called I'll Say She Is. And we were invited to the wedding, and obviously we had to give a performance. And we weren't through with the show till around 11 o'clock. So Harpo and I, who were close friends of the groom, had decided then to go to Keen's Chop House and surprise everybody there, which we proceeded to do. We got in the elevator, which was a tiny elevator in that building, and they have no elevator boy or anything. You get in the elevator and you run it yourself. So Harpo and I got in the elevator, and we each had a suitcase and straw hats. This was in the summer. And when we got in the elevator, we locked it, and we took off all our clothes, and we put them in these 2 respective suitcases. Now, the bachelor party was on the 4th floor. When we got to the 4th floor, we stopped the elevator and swung the door open, and we stepped out there, stark naked, with straw hats and the suitcases. Unfortunately, we were on the wrong floor. Because the bride was giving a party for her family. And they were on the 3rd floor. Well, we grabbed a couple of tablecloths off the table and wrapped them around us, and we escaped with our lives. But I noticed the next day they hadn't been married yet, and the bride proposed to me.
Oh, come on now. We have a station break. We'll be right back.
That is true.